PNP Chief, visitors from the IBP, guests and employees, good morning. Welcome to this momentous occasion marking the ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Agreement among the National Police Commission, the Philippine National Police, and the Integrated Bar of the Philippines. Today, we witness a collaborative commitment to strengthen the rule of law, enhance police professionalism, and uphold the rights of every Filipino. To give a brief background of the Memorandum of Agreement, this Memorandum of Agreement is entered into by and among the National Police Commission, the Philippine National Police, and the Integrated Bar of the Philippines to establish a strategic and enduring partnership that advances the rule of law, strengthens police professionalism, and safeguards the rights and welfare of both law enforcers and legal practitioners. The parties recognize that effective law enforcement requires not only operational competence, but also a deep and evolving understanding of legal principles, constitutional safeguards, and human rights standards. In this regard, the MOA seeks to institutionalize a proactive, holistic, and sustained legal education program for PNP personnel, designed to enhance their legal literacy, procedural acumen, and ethical awareness. It is a testament to the parties' unified resolve to empower law enforcers and legal professionals alike in the pursuit of justice, peace, and national development. We will now proceed to the ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Agreement. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause to the National Police Commission, Philippine National Police, and the Integrated Board of the Philippines. Now, let us hear the message from Police Brigadier General Matthew Bakay for representing the Philippine National Police. Sir.
Um, Attorney Ralph Kalinisan, sir, the Executive Officer of NAPOLCOM. Attorney Panolong, sir, the President of IBP, the other commissioners present from the representatives as well of the IBP, other guests. Magandang tanghali po sa atin lahat. So in behalf of our Acting Chief PNP, Police Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartate, sir, allow me to read his prepared message. And I quote, "We're gathered today to mark a significant milestone in our partnership. The signing of this Memorandum of Agreement is a testament to our shared vision and commitment. We look forward on the opportunities this collaboration will bring, and we're confident that our combined efforts will lead to the success of this endeavor. I'd like to thank everyone for their hard work and in making this partnership possible. We look forward to a successful and fruitful collaboration. Let's make this partnership a success. Thank you." End of quote.
Thank you, General Bakay, for the commitment of the Philippine National Police. May I call, representing the Integrated Board of the Philippines, Attorney Alan G. Panolong. A round of applause, please.
Medyo mahaba to. My courtesies and respects to our National Police Commission, headed by our esteemed member of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, Attorney Rafael Kalinisan, the Vice Chair and Commissioner of the NAPOLCOM. And of course to other commissioners present and high-ranking officials of the NAPOLCOM. To our acting PNP Chief, represented by Brigadier General Matthew Bakay. Of course, to our Integrated Bar of the Philippines, we have here our National Executive Director, Attorney Patrick Velez, National Secretary, Attorney Stephanie Arevalo, and our IBP Academy Chancellor, Attorney Sison. At sa lahat po ng ating mga panawing pandangal sa araw na to, ang ating mga friends from the media, and to our fellow members of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines who are also present, again, isa pong magandang hapon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Mr. Chair, we prepared a lengthy speech. I hope you won't mind if I read it. On behalf of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, we are honored to stand with NAPOLCOM and the PNP in signing this tripartite Memorandum of Agreement. Today, we affirm a shared commitment to make the rule of law the living heartbeat of policing and to ensure that every interaction between the state and the citizen is guided by legality, professionalism, respect for rights, and the highest standards of public service. The central objective of this agreement is clear and urgent: to intensify the conduct of a legal education program for PNP personnel through a proactive and holistic approach, strengthening foundational knowledge, keeping officers abreast of evolving jurisprudence and legal frameworks, and in doing so, reducing operational risks. This is not merely about avoiding errors. It is about elevating the quality of policing so that it is both effective and legitimate in the eyes of communities we serve. By proactive and holistic, women moving away from sporadic lecture-based compliance toward a sustained culture of learning. The program will integrate doctrine, practical skills, ethical judgment, and officer wellness. We propose that it will be calibrated for different stages of service, which I highly recommend, from recruits and field personnel to investigators, because the traditional MOA that we have is focused on the existing members of the PNP who are actually stationed already in the different parts of the country. Supervisors and even commanders. It will combine case law with real-world scenarios so that officers not only know the rules but can apply them under pressure in the field and in the station. Core topics will include constitutional policing in the essentials of searches, seizures, warrants, checkpoints, arrests, and custodial investigation. The lawful use of force and de-escalation, proper documentation, evidence handling, and chain of custody. The interface with prosecutors and effective case build-up. Rights-based approaches to community policing and conflict resolution. And the practical application of the latest Supreme Court rulings affecting police work. We will also address specialized areas, which are now the common crimes. I'm referring to cyber crimes and digital evidence, data privacy and personal information protection, gender and child-sensitive procedures, the protection of vulnerable sectors, human rights standards, and legal issues surrounding public order, even elections and special operations. To make learning accessible, relevant, and continuous, we will propose to adopt blended modalities, in-person workshops, e-learning microcourses, jurisprudence bulletins and alerts, scenario-based simulations, and case clinics that dissect actual operational challenges. We will develop train-the-trainer programs to build internal capacity and ensure sustainability. Our IBP chapters will work with PMP training units to reach stations and offices nationwide, including far-flung areas, with materials adaptable to local contexts and available even in low connectivity environments. The IBP commits to mobilize volunteer lawyers and subject matter experts, co-develop standardized but flexible curricula, produce practical references guides, and even pocket primers, and publish jurisprudence digest that translate complex rulings into clear operational guidelines. That is why we bring to you our Chancellor of the IBP Academy, Mr. Chair. Together with NAPOLCOM and PNP training stakeholders, we will propose monitoring and evaluation indicators. Reducing operational risk means fewer procedural lapses, suppress evidence, and admin or civil liabilities. It means better officer safety, clearer decision-making under stress, and higher morale. It means stronger public trust and community cooperation, which in turn makes crime prevention and resolution more effective. Most of all, it means that the law becomes our shield, not our hurdle, protecting both the public and the officers who serve them. We recognize that this endeavor requires coordination, resources, and discipline. We therefore propose designating focal persons in each institution, establishing an annual training calendar, and aligning modules. We encourage recognition for learning achievements and, where feasible, institutional incentives for completing legal education milestones. To our partners in the PNP, you stand on the front lines of the justice system. Your decisions carry real consequences for liberty, safety, and dignity. The IBP commits to stand with you, not as critics from afar, but as colleagues in service, so that every lawful action you take is effective, defensible, and just. To NAPOLCOM, your stewardship ensures that standards become systems. To our fellow lawyers, the law lives not only in courtrooms, but on every street and in every station. Let us bring our knowledge where it matters most. Together, let us prove that professionalism and compassion can coexist, that rigorous lawfulness is the bedrock of effective policing, and that a trusted police force is the strongest guarantee of public safety. With this agreement, we take a decisive step toward that vision. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po ang NAPOLCOM, mabuhay ang PNP, at mabuhay din po ang IBP. Thank you and wassalam.
Thank you, Attorney Panolong, for the shared commitment of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines. Now, let us hear the message from Andrea Torres, Marketing Officer from Rex Bookstore. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Allow me to read the message from the CEO of Rex Education, Mr. Roger John Fontelera. Good afternoon, everyone. My sincerest apologies for not being able to join you today. It is truly an honor for Rex Education to be part of this significant event. The signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between NAPOLCOM, the Philippine National Police, and the Integrated Bar of the Philippines. I would like to acknowledge and extend our deepest respect to Commissioner Rafael Vicente Calinisan. We also recognize Police Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates and Police Brigadier General Matthew Bacay, and our longtime partner, the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, led by Attorney Alan Panolong. Today's activity is more than a ceremonial signing. It is a powerful reminder that meaningful change happens when institutions come together with shared purpose. At Rex Education, we firmly believe that a well-supported, well-equipped police force is essential in safeguarding our communities. That is why we are committing our full support to the programs of NAPOCOM, the PNP, and IBP, especially those aligned with training, education, and capacity building. You can count on Rex to provide high-quality learning materials, resource speakers, and educational tools that will help empower our officers to serve with excellence, competence, and integrity. On behalf of Rex Education, congratulations to everyone who made this partnership possible. We look forward to working closely with you in the months and years ahead. Thank you, and may this partnership be a meaningful step forward for all of us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Andrea Torres from Rex Bookstore. And now, to give his message, let's welcome the Vice Chairperson and Executive Officer of the National Police Commission, Commissioner Rafael Vicente R. Calinisan. A round of applause, please.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Manahin ko na po si Lieutenant General Matthew Bacay na pinromote na natin. The Chief PNP should have come, and he would have come. Alam niyo naman yon. He's very supportive of all the works of the National Police Commission at developmental ang ating Chief PNP. However, alam naman natin na maraming nangyayari outside and he has to attend to a lot of things. So, dapat 8 o'clock to na naging 12, pero hindi pa rin nakaabot ang ating Chief. But I know he is present here. Siguro this is my way of saying thank you, Chief PNP, for being a very valuable partner of the National Police Commission. And of course, the IBP. Pero from the National Police Commission's heart, we are very appreciative of the support of the PNP Chief. Isang mahusay na PNP Chief tong si General Nartates. And thank you so much. And of course, to the President of the IBP, Mr. President, Attorney Alan Panolong, 18 years po kung hindi naging active sa IBP. Ito pong 18th year ko bilang public interest lawyer, I will make it count. And this is one thing that I think we should all have. Of course, with the presence of Attorney Patrick Velez, the National Executive Director, Attorney Stephanie Arevalo, the National Secretary, and Attorney Carmelita Y. Sison, our Chancellor. Speaking freely, without any script, I've been a public interest lawyer for 18 years. Napansin natin na maraming ordinaryong tao ang minsan ay dumaraing dahil sila ay maling na aresto. Bilang abogado, nakita ko rin at ngayon tayo ay nasa National Police Commission, nakita natin na maraming pulis ang good intention pero nakakasuhan dahil di nila alam o wala silang mastery ng batas. It is incumbent upon me. Ako'y anak ng 2 pulis, nanay at tatay ko ay pulis. Ako'y nasa National Police Commission ngayon. Ako'y abogado. Ano ngayon ang gagawin ng isang half-breed policeman at isang public interest lawyer given his knowledge of the law? it is creating systems. So today is about institutions. Today is about systems. We know what the problem is. So we need to solve it by bringing in education. Education is a very powerful tool. So here we are, knowing what the law is. We need to make sure that our law enforcers currently are all street ready. So kailangan lahat ng ating police, especially may interface sa general public, may mastery ng batas. Alam nila kung paano mang-aresto at alam nila walang kaduda-duda kung ano ang karapatang pantao ng ordinaryong tao. Minsan at kadalasan, sila ay gumagawa ng trabaho na hindi nila alam na mali na pala ang nagagawa nila. So para sa kanilang kaligtasan din at kaligtasan ng general public, we will educate them. And who is the best educator? No less than a lawyer. No less than the Integrated Bar of the Philippines. Isa lang po ang grupo ng mga abogado sa buong Pilipinas. At ako po ay very happy na ako po ay parte ng IBP. Sabi ko nga, palapakan niyo naman ang IBP. Totoo, nangungumpesal na ako. 18 years po akong hindi nagpapakita sa IBP. Pero siguro naman, absuelto na po ako sa IBP ngayon na ang ginagawa ko natin dito ay naglalagay po tayo ng sistema para sa ikatutulong ng lahat ng pulis, sa ikatutulong po ng ordinaryong mamamayan. Para lahat po ng mga pulis natin ay ma-educate. Ano ba ang karapatang pantao ko? Ano ba ang mga Miranda rights ko? Ano ba ang proseso na pang-aresto? Ano ba ang proseso sa pag-search and seizure? These are very important things. Ito yung dikit na dikit sa ordinaryong tao. That is why the NAPOLCOM is here. And ginagawa natin ng kaparaanan, alam ho natin ang sigaw ng ordinaryong mamamayan, alam ho natin ang kapakanan ng ordinaryong policeman, alam po natin ang kapasidad ng isang abogado. Kung lahat po tayo ay nagtutulungan, ang NAPOLCOM, ang PNP, at ang Integrated Bar of the Philippines, ang mga abogado ng Pilipinas, napakaganda po ng hinaharap ng ating bansa. At siguro I will leave you with that, isang mensahe ng pag-asa na ang mga nasa harapan ninyo ay naghahanap ng kabutihan ng lahat. Kabutihan ng PNP, kabutihan ng abogado, at kabutihan ng ordinaryong mamamayan. Nandito po kami para sa inyo. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Vice Kalinisan. And to do the honors in presenting the Certificate of Appreciation and Tokens to our partners, may request the NAPOLCOM Vice Chairperson Executive Officer Commissioner Rafael Vicente R. Kalinisan. He will be accompanied by Commissioner Josephus G. Angan and Heya Alvin S. Mojica and Police Brigadier General Matthew Bakay. Read the text of the Certificate of Appreciation. This Certificate of Appreciation is given to the Philippine National Police in grateful recognition of its dedicated partnership with the National Police Commission and the Integrated Bar of the Philippines in enhancing legal education and its unified commitment to professionalize law enforcement, uphold human rights, and ensure that justice is served with integrity and fairness. Presented this 17th day of November at NAPOLCOM Building, Quezon City. A round of applause, please. And a gavel token, which symbolizes NAPOLCOM's role in upholding the rule of law, discipline, and accountability in the police service, is presented to the Philippine National Police. A round of applause, please. And for the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, let me read the text. This Certificate of Appreciation is given to the Integrated Bar of the Philippines in grateful recognition of its dedicated partnership with the Philippine National Police and Philippine National Police Commission and Philippine National Police in enhancing legal education and its unified commitment to professionalize law enforcement, uphold human rights, and ensure that justice is served with integrity and fairness. A round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. Once again, good afternoon. To our media partners, we will now open the floor for questions. Let us begin with Ms. Bianca Dava from ABS-CBN.
Hi po, good noon po. I'm Bianca from ABS-CBN News. Gusto ko lang sanang itanong po, no, how will the training programs be implemented? Like, gaano sila katagal? And what specific areas of law enforcement magsisenter on yung ating training programs for our law enforcers? Thank you.
Magandang umaga, Ms. Bianca, at sa ating mga friends. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Ayan. Basically, we already have an existing partnership with the PNP. In fact, our chapters across the country, we have around 85. We already have training programs that we already perform. No, I can name, for instance, in Lanao del Sur, where quarterly the Lanao del Sur Provincial Police Office invites resource persons from IBP Lanao del Sur to conduct training on a specific subject matter. For instance, the rule on arrest or rule on searches and seizures, among other things. So hopefully we can do it in a nationwide scale, no? And among other things. Kaya nga nabanggit ko din doon, Mr. Chair, doon sa speech ko that if it's possible also that from the recruitment itself of the PNP, if the IBP lawyers will be given that opportunity to actually share, no, yung mga necessary legal knowledge to really prepare our recruits to become competent police officers. Kasi ang nangyayari po ngayon is that we already conduct the trainings, parang retooling, already with organic PNP personnel. But we would be, I think, it would be more practical if from the recruitment side, makikita na doon yung mga officers natin from the IBP or volunteer lawyers for the IBP who can conduct lectures on several subject matters. Thank you.
Katuhan ko na. Natutunan ko na. Totoo niyan, yung teaching the cadets and teaching new recruits is not part of the Memorandum of Agreement. Ang talagang kasama dito ay yung existing policemen. We have issued a directive to our commissioners to review the recruitment processes of the National Police, of the Philippine National Police. Yung NAPOLCOM ngayon ay nire-review ang recruitment ng PNPA, pati ng mga basic recruits. At sinisilip din ngayon yung curriculum ng mga ito. Kung nag-volunteer ngayon ng IBP for another run to teach the new recruits, abay, syempre welcome na welcome. Diba? Thank you po so much, IBP. Pero ang talagang pinupuntirin natin dito is, of course, we can talk about a lot of topics Pero ang number one sa listahan ay yung arrests, yung searches and seizures, tsaka yung Miranda rights ng ordinaryong tao. All the rest are bonus. We first focus on these things. Then we go towards our new recruits na inaatupag na ngayon ng ating commission, particular si Commissioner Angan. He's now assessing the curriculum of the PNPA and the basic recruits of the PNP. So maganda po. At least alam po ninyo na ang PNP po welcome to change. That's why I'm very thankful to General Nartates. Our National Police Commission is very proactive and our IBP is very receptive and very helpful to make meaningful changes in our country.
All right, thank you very much. Next, may we now call Mr. Val Gonzalez from DZRH.
Yung kahalagahan lang ho nito, itong agreement na ito between IBP, PNP, IBP, and NAPOLCOM.
Importante ito. Kasi ito yung ramdam ng tao. This is a frontline act. Siguro maraming lawyers dito. Nagsisimula kaming lahat sa pagbabasa ng mga Supreme Court decisions. Kaya naging colorful ang ating jurisprudence. Napakaraming kaso na pinagdaanan na at umabot sa Supreme Court about arrests, searches and seizures, at Miranda rights, yung karapatang pantao na ordinaryong tao. Na nandito ako sa NAPOLCOM, isang taong anibersaryo ako nung isang araw. Wala pa naman akong anniversary bilang pinuno na Vice Chairman at Executive Officer, sa Abril pa yon. Pero inuutos natin ngayon ang zero backlog ng lahat ng kaso dito sa NAPOLCOM. At yun nasa kanan yung lahat, ang representasyon ng aming journey, literal, na pag-zero na aming mga case backlog right from the very start. It is a 25-year case backlog. Kung yung sa paghihimay namin ng 25-year case backlog na yan, na libo-libo, nakita namin na marami talagang pulis na well-meaning. Gusto talaga nila magawa yung trabaho nila, pero nakakasuhan. Bakit? Hindi nila master ang batas. Meron din naman ng mga ordinaryong tao na nagrereklamo dahil sila inaresto ng mali. So kung ang pulis natin ay street ready, naintindihan nila kung ano ang batas, nirerespeto ng lahat ang karapatang pantao ng lahat, at aware tayo sa ating rights and obligations to each and everyone, napakaganda po noon. Ito po ay ramdam na ordinaryong tao, ramdam na ordinaryong pulis. At again, if there is knowledge about rights, knowledge about mutual respect, napakaganda po nun para sa ating bansa.
May figures ba tayong masasabi at least na mga kasong na-file sa korte na basura lang dahil dun sa kawalang kaalaman din naman ng mga nasa hanay ng PNP na humawak mula dun sa pag-umpisa ng kaso, mula sa pag-imbestiga hanggang sa pag-akyat sa korte?
Ibabato ko po yung tanong sa IBP kasi alam ko na yung sagot dyan, pero IBP yung sasagot dyan.
Hello. Wala po tayong datos, no, but if you look at the jurisprudence, we notice that there are so many cases being dismissed because of some procedural lapses. Now, these procedural lapses, kung ito po ay ma-answer po natin, matugunan po natin, we ensure that the cases being filed before the prosecution will be successfully litigated and hopefully will get a conviction, no, doon po sa kasong kuan. But because of a minor procedural lapse, alam naman po ang ating saligang batas, especially on the constitutional rights, hindi po yan pwedeng i-compromise, no? So ito po ay safeguard yun para sa ating mga Pilipino na pahalagahan at proteksyonan ng ating karapatan. Kaya minor infraction or minor violation of that or a violation of that will result to the dismissal of these cases. So this is what we observe from the point of view of the integrated bar. I myself as a private practitioner and an officer of the IBP. So I cannot speak for the data, no, yung number, but we have a lot of cases. But we're not saying that, however, that all cases being filed are ultimately dismissed. Maraming pong kaso din na nagpa-prosper talaga. These are just minor, no? Siguro, say for instance, we can speak for This is more especially on RA 9165 on chain of custody, things like, among other things. So yun po. Kaya napakahalaga itong engagement ng IBP together with our NAPOLCOM and the PNP to actually reinforce. Kasi yung mga kapulisan natin, alam nila yung basics eh. Kailangan lang ng konting retooling to really institutionalize yung talagang legal frameworks, and they will be very knowledgeable of the legal framework such that the moment they file cases, kasi sila yung nag-iimbestiga, talagang pulido. Oh? So, lulusot siya sa prosecution, and ultimately, it will get a conviction from our courts. So, yun po yun. Ganun po kahalaga. And we all know for a fact that a police officer who is knowledgeable of the laws, we are certain that the community is safe. So yun ang isa sa ultimate objective din natin. Thank you.
Isa na lang ho kay General Bakay. Sir, ito po yung ipapa-implement on a nationwide scope o dito lang ho muna sa NCR. Then kung gaano karaming mga police officers ang target na kailangang may sa ilalim dun sa retooling sa pamamagitan ng IBP.
Okay, thank you. Once again, magandang hapon. This agreement, as contains a MOA, will be implemented nationwide, the entire 19 PROs of the Philippine National Police. Now, who are the target students, we call them? Unang-una will be our investigators, our personnel sa police stations. Tulad ng nabanggit kanina, it's very important that they will be educated well insofar as law enforcement is concerned. Of course, law enforcement should know the law you are enforcing. Either substantive or procedural, kailangan turuan po natin sila. So tulad ng nabanggit kanina ni Attorney Panolong, we do not deny the fact that there are certain cases being dismissed for a variety of reasons. And ito yung gusto nating i-plug, gusto nating i-address so that we will achieve a greater conviction rate from investigation, from preliminary investigation up to the rendition of decision of the courts. Gusto natin pulido, gusto natin ang mga police natin are marurunong. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na hindi, but of course, who are in best position to teach law, but lawyers. Diba? So we are very thankful with the IBP on the aspect of education. But of course, I would be remiss if di ko rin mabanggit, Sir, when I was director of the legal service, PNP Legal Service, we have an existing MOA with IBP, but this focuses more on legal assistance. And that, I would like to express also our appreciation to the legal clinics, mga IBP lawyers nationwide na tinulungan po yung mga police natin. One is for those who cannot afford it. Siyempre, mahal normally ang private lawyers. But through the efforts of the IBP, nagkaroon po tayo ng mga lawyers na nagrepresent sa mga police natin who faced or charges were filed against them. So, yun po. And so far as the PNP is concerned. Now, as to the number, as I've said, we have a variety of trainings na pwede natin pong incorporate yung mga subject matters that needs more focus, especially, banggit din uli kanina, 9165, Republic Act 9165, which is a very technical law na gusto nating turo sa mga operatives natin para maiwasan na po yung mga lapses committed, procedural, that causes the dismissal of a particular case. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. May we now call Mr. Jing Villamente from the Daily Tribune.
Good morning mga sir. Bukod sa training on the rights and legalities, will this also include yung mga penalties, sanctions ng police na kanya nga harapin pag gumawa naman siya ng sablay?
Go ahead, go ahead. Ito na, may kiyata ko dito. Totoo, I want to phrase it in a more positive light eh. Siyempre, mapag-uusapan talaga yon, di ba? Kaya nga, ine-educate natin sila kung ano yung batas eh. Kasama doon yung penalty sa pag hindi sunod ng batas. But let us, I think the IBP General Panolong has properly and aptly said it. Retooling yung word. Yung in the process of said retooling, malalaman ng ordinaryong pulis, alam naman na nila yan, pati namang opisyal, alam na nila yan, kung ano yung batas. Pero kung, kumbaga parang abogado, MCLE, yung lalo nating i-educate pa, we will sharpen the saw, ika nga, para maintindihan nila kung ano pa yung dapat nilang mas malaman pa, ano yung kulang nilang kaalaman, ano yung mga penalties noon, para lalong mapaganda yung serbisyo sa tao. Kasi yung our policemen naman are here to serve and protect our people. And they have been proudly serving and protecting our people. We need to educate them for them to be able to serve and protect our people more. Maybe it's best to put it that way.
Thank you very much. Since there are no further questions from nobody, now, once again, we would like to invite our NAPOLCOM Chief Commissioner Rafael Vicente R. Calinisan for his closing statement.
Before I say anything else, I want to give the floor also to two other people, maybe. To Commissioners Angan and Heya Alvin Mojica. Maybe they have a few words to say. Commissioner Angan, sir.
Yeah, once again, thank you very much, Integrated Bar of the Philippines, for this strong assistance to the Philippine National Police and the NAPOLCOM. Through the years, the PNP and NAPOLCOM also, we have been encountering challenges, especially in the work of the PNP in arresting criminals. But the PNP has to go on, and it is but proper that continuous retooling of our policemen is very much imperative so that we could perform better, the PNP could perform better its functions. So with that, maraming salamat po through our President, Attorney Alan Panolong. Daghang salamat sa tabang sa kapulisan.
Heya Alvin Mojica.
Good afternoon, everyone. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. The Secretary is very pleased for this tripartite agreement with the Philippine National Police and the Integrated Bar of the Philippines. At kami po ay nakatuon sa pagpapaigting to defend this partnership and strengthen collaboration between the three parties for us to be able to address the challenges ng ating mga kapulisan na nakakaproblema. At napakaganda po yung sinabi ni Attorney Panolong kanina na sa recruitment pa lang ay tutulungan na po tayo. Kasi doon po talaga sa tingin ko yung pinaka tamang panahon at oras na maturuan natin ang ating mga papasok pa lang sa police service. Muli po sa inyo lahat, magandang hapon.
Siguro isang photo op, nahawak natin yung MOA before we, I think there are other matters na gusto ni Boss Val. Pero mamaya na muna, picture muna tayo with the MOA. may yatang question si Sir Val. Other matters na lang siguro. IBP, PNP, other matters.
Sasamantalain ho namin ang pagkakataon dahil bibihira ho naming makita si Attorney Panolong. Bibihira ho naming makaharap ang taga-IBP. Sir. Good afternoon po. Opo, yung tungkol lang ho dun sa mainit na usapin tungkol dun sa paglabas ho ni dating Congressman, ako Bicol Congressman Zaltico. Kasi ho, bigla na lamang ho siyang lumabas. Biglang lumabas, nagpahayag ng nagtatanong sa kanya, lahat ng gusto niyang sabihin, inihayag niya, unauthorized, hindi naman niya pinanumpaan. Yun ho bang ganon, attorney, sir, ay tatayo ho ba yun sa korte?
So, kalam yan. Kaya mo na yan. Ito, sir. Malaki ka na, sir.
Hello. Unang-una is para po ho yung statement ng isang tao ay may bigyan credence, no? O bigyan ng halaga ng ating korte. Kinakailangan po panumpaan yun eh. So there is a need for that statement to be under oath because the essence why a person's statement is needed to be under oath kasi para din kung sakali mang na nagsisinungaling siya, pwede siyang makasuhan ng perjury. Ngayon, kung totoo yung sinasabi niya, it has an evidentiary weight, no? Lalong-lalo na kung yung mga statements is corroborated by evidence, pieces of evidence. So what are those pieces of evidence? It could be object evidence, it could be a documentary evidence, or it could be pictures or anything that would corroborate his or her statements. So ganun po yan. So we cannot elaborate further because, you know, this is an ongoing subject matter by the heard by the Senate, and baka may mabanggit tayo na statement na hindi ho alam mo na kasi at this time kasi there are two opposing kwan eh. If we say so that it is like this, sabihin na mali ka, or if we say ito ganito, but basically yung po yung sinasabi ko kanina. If it is not under oath, I don't think the court will consider it. No? The only thing that it will be admitted as an evidence is it should be under oath because it will also give an opportunity to the other parties who is being accused to have their own day in court also. Pwede lang i-refute. Ganun po yun. So pag hindi po siya under oath, there is no way for which the other party can also refute that. No? So mas maganda po is dapat under oath siya.
May mga ebidensya naman ho siyang pinakita eh. Hilera ho ng maraming mga maleta, etc. Tapos may mga statement na nakausap niya.
Yung pong mga ebidensya, you know, ito yung kahalagahan ng isang kinukonsulta yung abogado, no? Lalo na dito sa ilagay natin doon sa agreement natin with the because you know, madali lang po mag-allege ng ebidensya eh. Yung pong pictures, kailangan i-authenticate yun eh. There must be someone na who took the picture and who has personal knowledge kung ano yung laman ng mga maleta. Correct? Kasi one may easily claim that this particular itong mga bagay na to is ebidensya ito containing yung mga alleged na pera, but if you actually look at the picture, maleta lang yun eh. Hindi mo naman alam kung anong laman nun. So kung sino yung kumuha ng picture, kung sino yung naglagay ng pera, kung sino yung nag-deliver, dapat kailangan i-authenticate yun. Yun. So hindi po pwede na hindi po lahat ng bagay ay pwedeng ma-admit as evidence in court. No? Meron po tayong tinatawag na admissibility of evidence. No? So if it is material relevant, no, and it duly authenticated by the person who has personal knowledge, no, or is privy to that transaction, siya po yung magpapatunay, siya po yung magpo-prove sa korte na totoong nangyari yon.
Sa inyo pong, last na lang ho, sa inyo pong mga eksperto ho sa batas, sa inyo hong mga abogado, ano ho ang tawag ho nyo dun sa klase ng pamamaraan ng pag-aakusa niya? At yan ay na-dress niya sa lahat. Yan ngayon ay isa sa mainit na pinag-uusapan ho ngayon. Anong tawag ho dun? Na bigla na lang may lalabas, mag-aakusa sa akin na ikaw ay ganito, ganon. Anong tawag ho dun?
Unang-una po, dapat magpakita po siya, no? Para po masuportan niya yung kanyang sinasabi. Hindi po pwede kasi na merong yung isang tao biglang susulpot, may kukwento at wala man lang oportunidad doon din sa kabilang parte na kung saan matanong din niya. Yun po ang essence ng due process eh. Kailangan meron pong right to confront also the person who is actually accusing. So it is very necessary when someone is actually exposing something, dapat magpakita siya because it would be a sign of sincerity and good faith on his part. So, kung halimbawa nagbigay ka ng statement tapos bigla kang naglahong bula, parang bula, paano ngayon? Paano po mo mapagpatibay yung sinasabi mong irregularidad or say corruption na nangyari kung hindi mo bibigyan ng oportunidad din na ikaw ay mismo matanong ng ibang parte or yung ibang tao na ma-explain mo further kung ano ba yun. Kasi self-serving lahat yun eh. No? Kumbaga, it is just one side of the story. Kumbaga, nasa page 1 pa lang tayo, hindi pa tayo nandun sa page 2. So, kinakailangan po, merong oportunidad na magkaroon ng tsansa na yung kabilang partido is matanong din niya kung ano ba talaga ano ang buod ng kanyang salaysay. Hindi po isang kwento yan eh. Marami pong kwento yan. So parang to the minds of an ordinary person, hanging. For us lawyers, kulang eh. Parang wala eh. Empty. Kasi yung mga dokumento pinapakita niya, hanggang doon lang din sa video. Wala naman siyang sinubmit. Kung yung mga dokumento pinakita niya, ma-authenticate, doon natin masasabi na, teka muna, tingnan natin, baka nga or baka hindi. So, ganun po yun. Hindi, it is not, kasi po, kung hahayaan po natin na ganun ang sitwasyon, lahat po tayo makukulong. Dahil biglang may susulpot sa social media at sasabihin, si Atty. Panolong, hulihin niyo yan dahil napakagwapong tao yan. Pero mag-plead guilty ako doon. So, ganun po yun. So, kinakailangan, hindi po natin hayaan yung ganong klaseng pamamaraan. Dahil bumabalik po tayo sa Dark Ages. Bumabalik po tayo doon sa panahon na kung saan hindi po inoobserba kung ano yung nasa batas. Ngayon, meron po tayong batas o pamamaraan na pwede niyang gamitin para mapatunayan niya yung kanyang akusasyon. At mabigyan din ng paraan ang ibang parte na siya ay i-kumpronta para mayroong opportunity din to defend yung inaakusahan niya. Yun po.
Sir, thank you, sir. Are we saying na this is all political brouhaha lang?
I do not wish to answer that.
Thank you very much. Once again, before we end today's briefing and MOA signing, we'd like to invite our Commissioner, dear Commissioner Kalinisan, for his closing statement. Sir? Yes, sir.
Wala na siguro. Just communicating to everyone that we are thankful. NAPOLCOM is thankful to the PNP, our brothers, and our brothers in the profession, the IBP. We are very thankful. This is the importance of institutions helping each other and respecting each other. The moment we lose respect for each other, it is the time when societies collapse. So knowledge and respect is what is needed in our country today. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much. That concludes today's MOA signing and press briefing. Thank you.